The heart of your teams. The heart of St. Louis. Valley Sports Midwest. The heart of the fan.
From the shadows of the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, it's time for Cardinals baseball. The front-running Milwaukee Brewers are in town for the first of three. Packed house is expected as the Redbirds look to soar once again after a fantastic road trip. Hi again, everybody. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey. Great to be with you back here in St. Louis. Partner, it's nice to talk about a great road trip. That's exactly what the Cardinals had. They picked up 2.5 games, and now the first-place team is in town for the first of three.
Looks a lot more like we were expecting it to look, didn't it, on that road trip? It started out at Wrigley. Look at the numbers, 5-1. They scored 5.7 runs per game. We knew this offense had a lot more in the tank. And look, they didn't make any errors. We had seen this team just hurt themselves in different ways, lose games in different ways. They're figuring out how to win those tough games. It was great to see on the road.
So to stay on a roll, what's the old saying in baseball? Your momentum is as good as your next game starting pitcher. Tonight, it's Jack Flaherty, but that's only part of the equation for the Cardinals.
Well, Wilson Contreras back behind the plate, and really when you look at it, these are two of the most pivotal pieces for the Cardinals moving forward. Jack Flaherty, you know it's not the start that he wanted. Contreras, it's not the start that he wanted either. A time to turn the page today with Contreras and Flaherty on the mound.
That would be a welcome sight for the Cardinals. It has been a welcome sight to see Paul DeJong do his thing. His bat has been booming, and when we come back, Al and Scott Warman will break down the great start for Paul DeJong here in 2023 as the Cardinals and Brew Crew hook up in Game 1.
4 in a row as they open up a 3-game series and a 7-game homestand tonight against their rivals in the Central, the Milwaukee Brewers. From our Valley Sports Midwest studios, I'm Ed Hungarian, Al Roboski, and Scott Warman with you. It is really good to see Paulie D turn things around, Hungo, and he has in a big way offensively since being recalled by the club.
Absolutely. One of the biggest surprises, and we're so happy for Paul. Just wanted to continue. When he first came up, he really crushed Milwaukee pitching, especially the fastball. Then they started throwing a lot of changeups to him. He really struggled the last couple of years, but he has bounced back with new vigor, and it's really nice to see him driving the ball 425 feet last night at the top of the Green Monster.
Yeah, and for Paul DeJong, we're really seeing him, as you mentioned, driving the ball like we used to see Paul DeJong drive the ball when he first came up with the ball club. He, again, back in lineup as the Cardinals, trying to get Game 1 against the Brewers at Busch. More as we continue to get you ready for the Cards and the Brewers right here on Valley Sports. Back, Chip Carey and Brad Thompson will have more on the Cards' third baseman. We get you ready for the first pitch from Busch.
Buds for you. By BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. Beautiful night in St. Louis. Cardinals and Brewers hook up. And man, oh man, the coming out party has arrived for Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado has been working tirelessly to get his swing in the right shape. Well, the shape looked good on this last road trip. 409, triple, 3 homers. He drove in 8 and scored 5 runs. I'd say that he's feeling it right now.
That was our Kia player profile. Hopefully Nolan can keep that hot hitting up as the Cardinals try to chase down the first place Brewers in Game 1 of 3. First pitch is coming your way next here on Valley Sports Midwest.
Wilson Contreras.
Newt Bar, and listen to the Cardinal fan. Plays out and makes a great catch.
Paul DeJong does it again.
That's hammered toward the monster. It's a home run for Arenado. Ball gets away, and the Cardinals get a huge break. The Cardinals win it. They steal the series in Boston. It's a winning road trip. And Brad, what a way to come back to baseball heaven. The Cardinals with a 5-1 road trip through Chicago and Boston now come home and face the first place Milwaukee Brewers on a perfect night for baseball. It's 74 degrees, a light wind, it is humid, but hey man, the weather's great and hopefully the play will continue to be as Jim Hayes, Brad Thompson joins me, Chip Carey, here at Busch Stadium for Game 1.
Certainly a little bit more like it. A look at the NL Central standings, not where the Cardinals want to be. 7.5 games back of these Brewers, but what an opportunity is here to chip away as we see the Cardinals playing their best baseball all year.
Opportunity for the team, opportunity for that man. After 2 weeks serving as the Cardinals DH, Wilson Contreras is back in harness working with Jack Flaherty.
Cardinals signed Contreras to a 5-year deal to be there, to be behind the plate, so he's back there with Jack Flaherty, and you hope that these two guys are on the same page early and often because they need to build on that momentum the team just had on this road trip.
And the Cardinals need Jack Flaherty to figure some things out. A lot of velocity drops in his last start. That opened some eyes. Jack said, I'm working with different velocities in different situations. Let's see what he has in store tonight in Game 1.
Yeah, the Hyundai pitch arsenal for Jack Flaherty, the four-seam and the slider. He uses those two predominantly. The curve, the cutter, the change, and the sinker he has there as well. And for me with Jack Flaherty, I don't care about the velocity at all. I care about location, and that's something that Jack has struggled with early on this season. So we'll see. What does the fastball command look like for Jack, and can he finish off some of these hitters when he does get ahead?
And to your point about that command, Flaherty walked 6 Brewers on April 7th when he gave up 2 runs and was beaten up at American Family Field. He's on red alert with the very first batter. Their hottest hitter is the man leading off, Christian Yelich, who wasn't so hot when we saw the Brewers early.
No, last time we saw Christian Yelich, he was on the ground with everything, could not elevate the baseball. He's revamped his swing a little bit, got rid of the big leg kick. He's looked good. This has been an up and down lineup for the Brewers. You have some games where they're scoring a bunch of runs, others where it's quiet, but dangerous off the top with Christian Yelich.
And up and down, it's a great way to describe the Brewers. They're 9-12 after a 14-5 start. Here's a look at your Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's defense for the Cardinals. It all starts with that man behind the plate, Wilson Contreras. Burleson and Donovan in the outfield corners. Lars Nootbaar also had a great road trip. Hill patrols center here in Game 1. So Jack Flaherty coming off an outing against the Cubs that saw him give up 3 runs in 5 innings. He threw 93 pitches. He's looking for his 3rd win in this, his 9th start of the season. Christian Yelich ready to go for Milwaukee. The Brewers and Cardinals both coming off series sweeps in their last matchup with a big league opponent. The pitch. And we are underway. That's off the plate, says Malachi Moore. 1 ball, no strikes. Yelich at .262, 7 homers, 23 driven in. And as good as this guy is, Brad, the Cardinals have really had his number, especially in this ballpark.
Well, he certainly has here at Busch Stadium. 5 for 36 Christian Yelich was last year. That's a 139 clip. You know the stadium plays big.
Three balls, no strikes. It does come down to fastball command for Flaherty, and the numbers against left-handed hitters have been eye-opening for the Cardinals right-hander. Let's see what he does here with Yelich. And it's a 4-pitch walk to start the game. Jesse Winker coming up. So Brad, what are your Toyota keys for the Cardinals here in Game 1?
Pretty simple and not exactly the start that you wanted. Control. Control is the key for Jack Flaherty here in this ball game. Controlling counts, controlling his fastball. He's got the 3rd lowest strike rate among starting pitchers coming into the action today. Needs to be able to control the count and needs to control the emotions throughout as well.
He's missed with 5 in a row to start the game. Jesse Winker is the Milwaukee designated hitter. Winker 0 for his last 9, had a couple of hits against the Cardinals up in Milwaukee. There's a strike. Maybe that'll get him on the beat. One thing about Flaherty, as we know, Brad, he's had a ton of base runners. He's had an uncanny ability to get ground balls and double plays turned behind it.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's gotten a lot of those too with his slider, which I think is a good pitch to Winker. Winker does like the ball down and away. Getting in's a good idea.
That's where Contreras sets up, and Flaherty put it there, and it's dumped softly into left field for a blue pit. So a walk and a single, and the Brewers have 2 on with nobody out.
Well, sometimes baseball is just not fair. That would be a case of it here. Pretty darn good cutter that is in there on the hands of Winker. Dumps it into left field, though. Broken bat. But the Brewers got something going early here.
Willy Adames is the hitter. He has cooled after a great series against the Cardinals up in Wisconsin. Adames 3 for his last 23. This is a spot for Jack to get one of those double play balls. 2 on, nobody out. And in for a strike. Jack Flaherty has induced 12 double plays this year. That's more than any other pitcher in the major leagues. The Cardinals have gotten 42 ground ball double plays, also most in the majors. And out of play, jumps ahead of him, 0-2.
Well, this is what you wanted to see. You want to see commanding the counts like this, getting ahead. Now, what does he have to finish him off? And the strikeout, look, it's not all about strikeouts, but in a situation like this, love to be able to get one, then get that ground ball.
Adames, 2 strikes, 2 on. The pitch.
I like that idea there, down with the breaking ball. I'd go back to it again. I'd start that breaking ball middle away. You can get Willy Adames to expand.
Well placed pitch at 95. Adames could do no more than foul that to the right. And he's alive, 1-2.
It's certainly not the start that Jack wanted with the 4-pitch walk. The velocity does look good, though. It was 92, 93, that one 95. Ball's coming out of his hand well.
There's a swing and a miss. Perfect pitch. And Jack gets the first out on a swing and a miss.
This is a pitch that Jack Flaherty does not use incredibly often. It's the changeup right on right, a pitch that anybody's going to struggle with. Looks like the fastball out of his hand just under the zone. What a pitch.
Now the double play in order with Rowdy Tellez. Tellez, though, 5th in the league in homers with 10. And a 244 mark. Low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, you know, he's got all the power, as you mentioned. His power is middle in, wants something elevated. Down and away is the place to stay with him. If you're going to go in, it's in off.
Tellez leads their club. He's hit into 7 double plays this year. So hopefully right man, right time for the Cardinals righty, who's ready to unfurl his 15th first inning pitch. Walk, single, strikeout for the first 3 Brewers hitters of this series. And the plate but low. And Jack wants to make sure he and Malachi Moore seeing eye to eye. Now it's 3-0. Let's see if Tellez has a green light. William Contreras is next.
See the frustration right there with Tellez. He's mad he didn't pull the trigger on that fastball middle. Very dangerous count here, though. Got to make a pitch, I would think, down and away.
So 2 walks and a single in the inning. Bases are loaded. And Flaherty will face Contreras. Contreras 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And Milwaukee with a chance to strike first here in the top half. Yelich, Winker, and Rowdy Tellez, your base runners. And a strike grazes the inside corner. Pitch number 19 of the inning.
Jack took a little off with the sinker right there, really trying to induce that ground ball we were talking about, see if he can get his 13th double play in a huge spot in the first inning.
Did he go? Yes, sir. There's a break. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Jack's pulling out the kitchen sink early, and he has to, but good depth on that breaking ball of his, and he's also shown off a good changeup as well.
Contreras second in walks on the Brewers team, but behind the count here with the bases loaded. Ground ball hit toward third. There's 1. There's 2. He got out of it. Somehow, some way, Jack Flaherty works around a couple of walks and a hit with the bases loaded. A double play keeps us scoreless in the first. At the top and at the bottom of the St. Louis order.
Yeah, he has been getting it done. 318 average. See the 4 extra base hits on the road trip. He's been able to set the table. He's been able to clear the table. You know he's got the on-base skills, and I love seeing that. Him driving the ball the other way, using the whole field, and he's off the top today for the Cardinals.
So all of a sudden, those top 5 hitters for the Cardinals all hot at the same time offensively. Never count out Brendan Donovan. Paul DeJong had a super road trip too. Alec Burleson gets the start with Dylan Carlson banged up. Jim Hayes will have more on that in just a bit, as Freddie Peralta is the man on the mound for Milwaukee. He's been very good at home, but has struggled at times away from his home mound.
Yeah, Freddie Peralta, you know that he throws hard. He gets a lot of swing and miss. Oftentimes got to get to him early. The Hyundai pitch arsenal for Freddie Peralta. He likes that 4-seam fastball quite a bit. It's got some cutting action to it. Throws the slider a bit more than the curveball. He's got a changeup as well, and the slider as of late has been very tight and very effective.
Nootbaar's last 10 games, Brad, 17 hits, 5 extra base hits. He's gotten on base 50% of the time. Just what you want out of your leadoff man. As Craig Counsell looks on for his first place Brew Crew. And that one shaves off the inside corner. Good pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Chip, to your point on Freddie Peralta on the road, he's made 2 starts so far this year. He's got a 5.73 ERA at home. He's 4-1 with a 2.43. So certainly a lot more comfortable there in Milwaukee. And that pitch right there that he threw, that was a really good pitch. That's a spot, though, that you know Newt can get to up in the zone if he goes there again.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nootbaar at .302 for the year. And an .880 OPS for the Cardinals. No score. St. Louis got out of bases loaded, 1 out. In the top of the inning, the pitch. Just missed inside. So Peralta has his first full count. He has walked 14 men in his first 7 starts. Newt right on top of the plate with a payoff pitch coming in the home first. Make him work. Atta baby. Still 3-2.
Seeing Lars just look more and more comfortable at the plate. We saw him the last couple of months last year, looked great. Dealt with the thumb injury early, but he's looking like himself.
Driven toward left again, but that curling out of play foul. Always wonder when a team plays in Fenway Park what the offensive hangover is like. The guys trying to play pepper with that green monster. We'll see if there's any such issue for the Redbirds tonight. Another 3-2. He lost him. Nootbaar with a base on balls. Big league at bat to lead off the inning. And a look at the Brewers defense. That's presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. It's a battle of Contreras behind the plate here in game 1. Keep an eye on Weimer in center. He can go get him with the best of them in that Brewer outfield. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, 7th in the league in hitting, entering play tonight. Ooh.
Well, Goldie was definitely confused on that, mainly because it was in about 8 inches off the plate. Home plate umpire Malachi Moore liked it. That's going to make it tough.
So 1 strike. And way outside, even count. As I said a moment ago, this 5-some for St. Louis to start the game is not an easy group to try to tame. The Cubs and Red Sox couldn't. Goldschmidt, an even count, runner at first. And low and away, 2 balls and a strike.
That's exactly how it was supposed to be built this year, is top to bottom, just relentless. Guys that can get on, guys that can clear the table. Ollie Marmol talked about that in spring training, just wanting to have that deep lineup. Starting to see it.
In the air to right field. And that'll be playable for out number 1. Taylor grabs that. Back to first is Nootbaar, and here is Nolan Gorman. Talk about a flair for the dramatic. How about what this kid did in the 2-series road trip?
Whether he's starting, coming off the bench, didn't matter. Gorman's taking some big league at bats. 385, 4 extra base hits, a couple of bombs, and drove in 5 on the road trip. We've talked a lot about the adjustments that he's made. He has got such a great approach right now and stinging everything.
And making consistent contact, Brad. You've talked a lot about the adjustments he's made. Well, during this 5-game hitting streak, he's only struck out once.
We're seeing his pitch selection get a lot better, and we're seeing him foul off stuff that he would swing through before, giving himself more chances.
Line into left field, a base hit for Gorman the other way. Love it. And now the Cardinals have 2 on with 1 out.
This swing right here is a great example of what we were talking about. A guy a year ago that would probably try to just pull this pitch and wouldn't be able to drive it that way. Stays right on it, head down, and lines it into left field.
So this is exactly how you want Nolan Arenado to hit, especially as hot as he is right now. Swing, fly ball, wallop down the line. Did he keep it fair? He did! A 3-run homer.
For the 4th game in a row, Nolan Arenado with the homer. It's a first pitch slider, and he is on fire right now. 7 for 14 in Boston, and picking up right where he left off.
Huge momentum swing in this game, as Wilson Contreras is your hitter. How many times do you see it? One team loads the bases and doesn't score. The next half inning, the other guys do. And Arenado does it in a big way.
All the wind could have been taken out of the Cardinals' sails early. Jack made a big pitch. Nolan made the play and then does it again with the bat.
So that man now enjoys a 3-0 lead, and that's nothing to sneeze at. A 369-foot home run down the left field line for Arenado. And he's 1 RBI away from 30. 0-2 for Wilson.
There you go right there. We talked about it so much. Nolan Arenado being the key to this offense. You knew you had to get him going. Now Jack Flaherty's got a chance to go out there and make that stand up.
Contreras down on strikes, 2 away after the Arenado home run, and Brendan Donovan's coming up. That's something else, I think, in fairness, we have to talk about with the Cardinals staff. They have not enjoyed many crooked numbered leads in the first 2-3 innings of many games this year. Flaherty does tonight.
Yeah, no, generally it's been the other way. We've seen the Cardinals fighting that uphill battle, which looked like they were going to be doing in this one. But you make a couple of good pitches, you got some good defense behind him, and you trust him. And when you got that man that is swinging it like he is right now, you know all you got to do is hand it over to this offense. They got a chance to do something special.
Contreras says something's out of sorts with Peralta. He'll make a mound visit here as he's piling up the pitches. 21 for him.
Well, this is a guy in Peralta. We know how good this stuff is. Making his 75th career start. Career versus the Cardinals, though, he's got an ERA near 6, now over 6, with that 3-run shot there. We talked about this earlier, the home games, road games. Road, he has struggled. 5.73 ERA. Very comfortable at home, but has had his struggles in a couple of starts on the road.
2-0 for Brendan. Now 3-0. Righty-righty matchup potentially next with Paul DeJong, who's been hot as well for the Cardinals. Man, this is fun. No easy outs right now in the St. Louis lineup. Base is empty, 2 outs. And Brendan Donovan takes ball 4. Now William Contreras looks back at Malachi Moore. It's been that kind of inning. 4 walks combined as Paul DeJong also with a hot road trip coming up.
A bit of trend, hasn't it? Showing the numbers on the road. A couple of home runs for Paul DeJong. 3 RBI, hitting for average, hitting for power, and just a revamped Paulie D. And look, a guy that has been a huge addition to the Cardinals lineup. And I think that he's done a great job at shortstop as well.
He'll try to keep the line moving here in the first. DeJong, the 7th batter to face Peralta, who gave up just 1 run in 6 innings last time out against the Dodgers. He surrendered 3 runs on an Arenado homer here in the first.
Well, always good to see a crooked number in the first inning, as you mentioned, but even more so after playing. You play Sunday night baseball, you get home late, there could be a little bit of a lull. No lull right now.
Yeah, Cardinals landed in Metro St. Louis around 1:30 in the morning today. But coming home with a big emotional high after taking 5 of 6. And actually gained ground in the division race. The Cardinals start play 7.5 games back tonight. Swing and a shot down the line, foul. And so the good fortune for St. Louis, quite obviously, they're playing the team that leads the division. You go head to head with Milwaukee and have a great series, you pick up even more ground in the central race. And right now everybody's line to line.
Yeah, they are. Some good hacks here with Paul with 2 strikes, and no surprise, I guess, this year Paul DeJong leads all of Major League Baseball in batting average with 2 strikes, hitting .313 in these spots.
But it's not to be here. A breaking ball ends the inning, but Nolan Arenado has knocked in a run in 5 straight games. He's homered in 4 straight, and the Cardinals, after 1, have jumped on Milwaukee. It's 3-0.
7 for 14 with 3 homers in Boston. 3-run homer today. The Cardinal lineup sure looks a lot more dangerous when Nolan Arenado is hitting like Nolan Arenado. Nolan told me the main thing is I'm just seeing the ball better right now. The first month I wasn't seeing the ball. I wasn't hitting fastballs. Right now I feel like I'm in a good place at the plate. And Chip, you knew at some point Nolan would get it together.
Little pop into right. That's going to be caught for out number 1. Jim, are you as amazed as many were at how well Nolan weathered that storm in April?
This is a guy who is supremely confident, but he was wearing it too, and you could see it. You know, every day you guys are here, he comes out early for BP, and he just felt like he was a tick off. He wasn't seeing the ball great. He stayed with it. I think all his teammates believed in him. Still doing great things in the field, but you knew that that bat was coming around, and we see it right in front of us, and the Cardinals are a different team when he's hitting.
And that's reflected in the numbers of what Nolan does in Cardinals wins versus when the Cardinals don't win.
Yeah, you knew he was incredibly important, but I think those numbers just scream it. You need him to be at the top of his game. Big opportunity here in this inning, too, for Jack Flaherty. Very good pitch sequence to Anderson. Now he finds himself ahead of Bryce Terang, 0-2. Good fastball location. That's what you're looking for. You put up that crooked number. Nolan hits his 4th home run in 4 straight games. You got to get back in there in the dugout.
Shutdown inning would be nice. And barely fouled that away. Did Turang to stay alive. Count to him still 0-2.
Well, you like seeing that too. Jack letting it rip there. 95. His fastball command and that velocity at the top, it's going to set up a lot of different pitches. It can set up that changeup, down the way, breaking ball, slider, anything.
This is what Brad's talking about, our AT&T Fiber fast pitch.
Well, it's adding and subtracting. The average against Jack Flaherty, though, below 95 is 400, 95 plus 250. They're not slugging anything. That added velo can help at times. It's not everything. Location is going to be the biggest thing. Guys can hit 95, 100, 105 if you leave it down the middle. But as Jack talked about last start, that is kind of the art of pitching, is being able to add and subtract, put the ball where you want to, and then reach back when you need it.
.95 on the black, and Turang fought that off again. Long at bat for Bryce here in the Brewers' 2nd. Tyrone Taylor, the 8th place hitter, is scheduled next. Cardinals lead 3-0 here in game 1. Flaherty's 31st pitch. Breaking ball, got it. Pulled a string, beauty. 2 strikeouts and 2 out.
Well, what sets this up is the heat upstairs. You get 95 up there a couple of times. Turang fouled it off, and then you get the slow bender, the 75-mile-an-hour knuckle curve from Jack Flaherty. Just has him out in front.
Tyrone Taylor hitting 200. And takes a strike. Brewers look a little different. Garrett Mitchell got hurt and is lost for the year, right?
Yeah, Garrett Mitchell is out. He ended up injuring his shoulder in Seattle. Tyrone Taylor getting a lot of runway now. I love this. Throwing his fastball, pouring it in, trusting in it. His fastball command, as we talked about in the 1st inning, is going to be the biggest key for Jack Flaherty to unlock all of his other pitches.
Swing and a miss. Blew him away with 95. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. He leads it 3-0. Home 2nd coming up. To Busch Stadium, buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. 3-0 Cardinals, home 2nd. Alec Burleson will lead off for the Birds. Nolan Arenado with a 1st inning homer. And that one off the pitcher's glove, slowed down out to 2nd. Long throw to 1st, and that robs Burleson of a base hit. Tough break for Alec, but a good play for out number 1. 1-4-3 if you're scoring at home. Here's Tommy Edman. Tommy at .238, 5 homers, 15 driven in. Edman hitting 9th, trying to flip the lineup card over to Nootbaar and company. Something else the Cardinals did an exceptionally good job of on the road trip. No matter who was hitting 7th, 8th, 9th, they were on base a lot for the big boys.
The key is just being, again, to use a term that Ollie and the staff has used, being relentless, making these pitchers work, battling counts, fouling tough things off, and top to bottom, the Cardinals do have the ability to do that.
Slow roller hit toward 1st. That is over the bag. Fair race to the bag, and a miscommunication. Edman beats the wrap. Peralta was observing. He didn't run to the bag. And Edman, busting down the line, gets a gift hit. How about that?
I think that Peralta thought this thing was foul, a mistake that you can't make. Tellez might have thought so too, as he's going that direction. Yeah, Tellez took his time with that. I think that's more on him than it might have been Peralta on this one. You see Tellez just playing that thing back.
So an infield hit for the Cardinals, their third of the game. And back we go to Nootbaar, who was down 2 strikes, came back to earn a walk and scored another run. Nootbaar now 23 walks, 24 strikeouts, and 18 runs scored. But down, no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this goes back to the battle we were just talking about. Climbs the ladder there with the fastball. Loves to go to the breaking ball down after that. Went with the changeup this time. Get him to swing and miss through it.
Third strikeout. Yeah, Peralta's a guy that has crazy splits. Righties hit him a lot better than the lefties do, and I'm assuming, Brad, that pitch is wide.
Changeup does have a lot to do with it for sure. And oftentimes that slider, we saw it in Arenado's at bat, the slider will back up on him, which is danger to the right-handers.
Goldschmidt flied out in his first trip and takes one in the dirt. Edman takes off running, and no play for Contreras. Edman moves up on a ball in the dirt.
Just a good aggressive read. You see the secondary, he sees the ball down in the dirt in front of Contreras, and Tommy Edman takes off. Peralta, a difficult guy to steal against. He's about 1-2-5, 1-3 to the plate.
Well, after the wild pitch, a hit might get you another run. There's a lot of room for Paul in left center if he can guide one that way. Yelich and Weimer in left and center for Milwaukee tonight. And this one jammed in, popped up right side. Long run to Les, but he won't have a play. Oh, and a fan from Oak Brook, Illinois, dropped that ball in the front row. Shame, shame, shame.
Wow, classic mistake. I mean, went with the hat, but had 2 perfectly good hands. They could have utilized there. They always say 2 hands on the ball, not 1 hat. But, you know, everybody's teaching it differently.
That's not how they teach you to drive line, do they, Brad? 2 balls and a strike.
I don't think they teach it anywhere. I said I had the hat.
Needs a little more spring training.
Spring training for everybody.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch is right there. Even count.
Well, home plate umpire Malachi Moore, that was a really good pitch right there at 98 miles an hour down in the corner. He's expanding, though, both ways on the plate, specifically with the fastball.
Paul has been a model of consistency at the plate for the Cardinals this year. Top 10 in hitting, 15 doubles, 7 homers, and thriving in that number 2 spot. The pitch. Swing and a gap job into left center field. That'll score the 4th run. Goldschmidt around first, on his way to second. A 2-out bullet from the Cardinal first baseman.
Peralta tried to sneak the fastball in on Goldie again. Your Chevy pitch track tried to get it in there, got it in pretty well, but Paul Goldschmidt able to drive the hands in, get the ball into the gap. You mentioned it before, wide open out there in left center, Chip, and he's able to put the ball right there.
Watching that replay, it is astounding watching how still Paul Goldschmidt is as he begins his cut. There is absolutely no wasted movement with the hands of the bat.
The head stays incredibly still as well. That's why he's able to recognize all of these pitches and drive the ball to all field.
With so many hitters, you see just a slight little bat waggle. Look how still everything is.
The foot, it's just up on the toe quickly, driving the hands. That's why he's the MVP.
So the Cardinals, with a 2-out hit, extend the lead 4-0. And this one lifted towards shallow left. Yelich is going to give way at third base. Brian Anderson makes the grab, and that'll retire the side. Goldie with RBI number 22. That extends the Cardinal lead. As the Brewers starter Freddie Peralta tied up in a pretzel knot. Jack Flaherty goes to work after a shutdown inning in the top of the second. He'll start with 9-1-2 here in the Brewers' third. Joey Wiemer gets things started, and it is strike one.
So Jack was able to work out of some trouble, got the double play in the first inning. If we're just talking about just sheer stuff right now, I think this is the best stuff we've seen out of Jack Flaherty here so far this season. Fastball's got the bite on it. The breaking ball has been good, showing the slider and the changeup. Now just got to keep putting it together and get deeper and deeper into this ball game.
He got a huge bases loaded double play in the first inning to end that frame. He struck out the last two Brewers in the second. He's got Wiemer set up here. And almost got a chase, and it barely missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's 3 straight strikeouts.
Look how tight this slider is from Jack Flaherty. Out of the hand, you're Joey Wiemer. You're thinking, okay, this is the fastball. He's trying to beat me away, and this thing just moves just so much and able to get the swing and miss.
Christian Yelich walked on 4 pitches to start the game. And look, one of the subplots of tonight's affair with the Cardinals and Brewers is not just the Cardinals meeting the first place team. There have been barrels of ink written about Contreras and catching and Jack Flaherty and his frustrations on the mound, especially with 2 strikes. My sense is that for both Flaherty and Contreras, and for the Cardinals as a whole, there's been enough talk about it. Now it's about results. And so far tonight, the results have been excellent.
You're absolutely right. Behind the plate is where Contreras wants to be. On the mound and dominating is where Jack Flaherty is supposed to be. And both these things coming together quite well right now. The big breaking ball punches out Christian Yelich's 4th in a row, his 5th overall. And again, using the entire arsenal. A great look here at the knuckle curve. Starts down, ends down. Just executing all of his pitches. And again, execution of pitches is something that had not been there enough this season for Jack.
So 2 up, 2 down. Jesse Winker, a blue pit his first time up. And takes a little high. Ball 1. We've talked a lot about how much of the season is resting on the shoulders of Nolan Arenado from an offensive standpoint. The same is true for Jack Flaherty. This was the bet that the Cardinals said they were making in the offseason. That Jack Flaherty, healthy, would return to form that saw him pitch so brilliantly, Brad, in 2019.
Changes everything, doesn't it? It doesn't. When he throws the ball the way that you know that he can, kind of changes the way that you can look at this rotation overall. He's got high upside stuff, but through 8 games, ERA north of 6, just have not seen enough of it. You've seen flashes, but you haven't seen that consistency yet. Looking pretty good tonight.
He's got Winker in an even count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's no doubting that when Jack is right, he can be anybody's ace in the major leagues. Not just for the Cardinals, but anybody's. And tonight, he's pitching like one with a 4-0 lead. And off the plate, it's a full count. Broken bat, little flare, and caught at second. 1 bloop is all you get in this series, Mr. Winker. Flaherty has another 1-2-3 third and still a 4-0 lead. In the first tonight, it's our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Nolan Arenado didn't waste any time. He got a first pitch slider from Peralta. It backed up, and he put it in the seats.
So homers in 4 straight games, RBIs in 5 straight for Nolan. And he almost picked off our cameraman Tony Angelis down the left field line. Tony wisely had his hands at the ready. Hi, Tony.
You know, Tony is always ready to make a play out there.
Base hit the other way. Tony's is locked in as Nolan Arenado right now. He's 2 for 2.
Focus is real for both of those gentlemen. This time it's the fastball. It's up, away, it's off the plate, just off the end of the bat of Nolan Arenado. You saw him pull the home run. This time just stays on a pitch and drives it the other way.
He's also getting it done early in the count, Brad. He's not getting to 2 strikes where he felt like maybe he had to fish in the first month of the season. As Wilson almost got kneecapped, 1 ball, no strikes. "4-0 Cardinals on 5 hits. Like his brother Wilson, William Contreras behind the plate has an excellent arm. Make this man work. Get into that Brewer bullpen. Make them work overtime in this series. 2 more to follow Tuesday and Wednesday nights.
Well, definitely is making him work there. 3-0 count. You thought he might let it fly, but wanted to see one. You know he's going to let it rip here. Peralta better be careful.
They play Wilson very deeply in the outfield. Again, room in left center for him. And he missed with a breaking ball. 2 on, nobody out as the Cardinals threaten to pour it on here in the 3rd inning. Brendan Donovan, your hitter, after a quick word from Great Southern Bank.
We're always here to support you with a friendly face when you need help and our powerful app in your pocket when you're on the go. Learn more at greatsouthernbank.com.
2 on, nobody out for the Cardinals right fielder. Peralta's season high in walks in a game is 3. He's done that now 4 times, including tonight. And he's going to get a visit with St. Louis threatening to add to a 4-0 lead. Again, Milwaukee started the season red hot. They were 14-5. That's when we ran into them up at American Family Field, but that's the beauty of a long baseball season. As we know, fortunes can turn on a dime, and over the last 3 weeks, things haven't gone nearly as well for the Brew Crew.
No, it happens quickly. You know how talented this staff is. The back end of Craig Counsell's bullpen, very good as well, but you're going to run into patches. It's what can you do? The problem is for the Brewers, at least to this point in the season, they don't really have the offense to overcome some of the pitching struggles. They're built predominantly upon that pitching staff.
Donovan ahead in the count. 2 on, nobody out. And their pitching staff is shorthanded. Brandon Woodruff is out. He's been placed on the 60-day injured list. He went to the IL shortly after he pitched against the Cardinals in early April. The pitch.
I think right now you're going to start seeing a lot more of those fastballs from Peralta. You remember when he came in the league, he was Freddie fastballs. That's all he threw. Right now, really feeling for that changeup. Hasn't thrown that for a strike. I'd be ready for a heater.
Got it, but across the shoe tops. 3-1.
If you're Peralta right now, you just walk Contreras. You can't walk him. You got to go after him. Again, fastball count.
Driven well toward left, but Yelich will retreat, and he'll backpedal to the edge of the warning track. Tagging at second and moving to third is Arenado. Good base running for Nolan, and the Cardinals have him at the corners with 1 man out. Paul DeYoung will be the next batter. Grateful Dead Night comes back to the ballpark on Friday, May 19th. When you buy your special themed ticket, fans get a short-sleeved Grateful Dead all-over print shirt. Come early for a special pregame performance by
Jake's Leg. Yes.
Tickets available at cardinals.com/theme.
Can't wait.
DeYoung struck out his first time up.
That'll be a reminder, too, by the way, in this ball game. You see Nolan Arenado took third base on Christian Yelich. Yelich does not have an arm out and left. It will be something that the Cardinals can take advantage of.
One-zero count for the Cardinals shortstop. Hit toward third. Nice play, Anderson. Second base, one. And the Brewers turn two. That was a thing of beauty. Cardinals had 2 on, nobody out. Can't add on, but enjoy a 4-0 lead heading to the fourth. Hundreds of local companies. It's St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. Sign up your team at stlbizdash.com. We've dashed our way through 3 innings. Jack Flaherty with a 4-0 advantage. He's given up 1 hit, escaped bases loaded, 1 out in the first. And after he got a double play to end that inning, that started a stretch of retiring 7 consecutive Brewers hitters. He'll start the fourth with Willy Adames.
So it was a 21 pitch first inning, then 13 in the second, 13 in the third. So he's just attacking right now. He's getting ahead with a little bit of everything.
And as you said, that was your Toyota key, control. How would you assess Jack's control in all aspects through the first 3?
It's been really good. Look, the first inning, he ended up walking Christian Yelich on 4 pitches. You think to yourself, and I'm sure Dusty Blake, Cardinals pitching coach, thinking to himself, uh-oh, here we go. But he was able to dial back in, got that big double play. And then since then, he has really been trusting in his fastball and attacking with it. And then once you do that, well, you can start opening up every other pitch.
Momentary pause there. I think he and Contreras couldn't agree on a pitch. That miss was in a good spot, though. It's a ball and 2 strikes. It's not an excuse, but it really is, I think, a matter of fact in our sport, and it's very different this year than it's been ever before in our game for starting pitchers, relief pitchers alike. First, the 2-2 pitch, and he blew him away. That's 8 in a row and 6 strikeouts for Flaherty. Pitchers and catchers do not have time, Brad, that you know they used to have to get on the same page in the heat of battle.
Yeah, that overall concept of the pitcher needs to throw the pitch that he has conviction in is true now. It's always been true, but the problem is the timing of it. If you have to shake a couple of times, that pitch clock goes down quickly. So building that trust and building those relationships is so important.
But it looks like these 2 guys are not just on the same page, they're on the same sentence. Working beautifully together. Just 1 hit. Paint job. 0-2.
That changeup right there. 95 with the fastball, then ends up putting that changeup down the way right where he wants it.
Squibber hit toward third. And nothing you can do about that. Tough break. He made a great pitch, and both Brewers hits are as soft as they can be. But that ends the streak of 8 straight retired. 1 on, 1 out as we check it again with the cat Jim Hayes.
Our BJC Healthcare injury report. Tyler O'Neill dealing with a lower back strain. He was out on the field early today getting in some work. Tyler says the back is feeling much better and he hopes to go out on a rehab over the next few days. Chip Tyler told me he still wants to get in some more defensive work and take a full BP before he heads out on a rehab, but he's close.
So we'll look forward to getting Tyler back here in the next couple of days, hopefully, as William Contreras is the hitter. He's the man that hit into that first inning double play. How about another one here? Pitch. Way out in front, 0-2. Jack's got all of his pitches, Brad, and now he's able to change speeds with all of them.
It's the first time all year that he's had his entire arsenal, and really it comes back to the fastball. If they respect the fact that you could throw that for a strike, then you open up the rest of your toolbox.
Tellez not a threat to run at first, down 4-0. And out of play, off to the right. Good crowd tonight in St. Louis. If you have major plans for the rest of this series, hope you'll join us. Tuesday and Wednesday night's games tip off at 6:45. Jordan Montgomery on Tuesday night, Adam Wainwright on Wednesday for the Cardinals. Slow roller, might be two. Got to hurry with this one. And Contreras able to beat the wrap. The Redbirds do get the lead runner. Tellez forced out. 2 away, and Brian Anderson, your hitter.
Well, yet again, another good pitch by Jack Flaherty gets him to reach there on a breaking ball, just not hit hard enough to be able to turn 2. But everything for Jack has been down. All the breaking balls have been down for him.
So here's Anderson. Anderson 4 hits in his last 19 tries. Again, when we saw him up in Milwaukee, he was red hot. After all those years with the Marlins, trying to stay healthy and put up big numbers for the Brewers this year. This guy's a good player. Third baseman, right fielder. One-0 count. And if you ever get confused with this Brian Anderson and Brian Anderson, the broadcaster for the Brewers, this guy is about 3 feet taller.
Is that what it is? I knew there was something that was different between the two of them. Now I won't mix that up again.
File that away. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'll bet you Brian's watching. Hope he's doing well. This Brian Anderson, 8 homers and 28 RBIs last year in almost 100 games for the Fish. On the ground to short. The peg will go to second in time, and Jack Flaherty has another scoreless frame, this time in the 4th. Alec Burleson leads off. It's all St. Louis early. Here on Bally Sports Midwest, Brad Thompson, Jim Hayes, Chip Carey, the rest of our fantastic crew. Man, it's great to be back home after a 5-1 road trip. There's a little spring in everybody's step, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, with the Cardinals carrying that offensive performance that they had both at Wrigley and Fenway, pouring it on here early against Freddie Peralta and the first place Brewers.
Alec Burleson jumps on the first one and bounces that off the tarp foul. Oh, and a rough play in the corner.
Look, if I know anything about him down the line, give him another one. Give him another one. He's going to body up. We all know that.
What does Jose Oquendo say? It's not that you make a mistake, it's what happens with the next one, right?
That's right. Organizationally, everybody top to bottom and ushers know that.
Well, at least if you're going to miss it in foul territory. They haven't learned that lesson in Boston yet.
It's a good call.
Which saved the Cardinals a run, thankfully. 1 ball, 1 strike. And down and away. 2-1. By the way, I think the ball girl, ball boy, bat girl metrics so far have been terrific. Haven't seen any unnecessary delays this year.
Well, that was something the league said they were going to keep an eye on.
That's popped up out of play, I think. Nope, it's going to curl back, and Anderson's going to make the grab right in front of the Brewers bench. And there is out number 1. Fans relive the excitement of the 2013 National League Championship on Saturday, May 20th. 25,000 fans aged 21 and up get a beer stein courtesy of Budweiser, which highlights the National League Championship over the Dodgers. Tickets and details available at cardinals.com/promotions. 1 up, 1 down for Tommy Edman. He reached on an infield hit. That was the ball that bounced over the bag. And Peralta was late getting there. A little ground ball to second. And a quick peg to first. That's your second out. Let's enjoy now a quick word from our friends at Jack in the Box.
My Ribeye Steakhouse burgers are made with 100% ribeye beef. Think of them as the CEO of burgers.
Section 139. Here at Busch Stadium. Looking toward the northwest in downtown St. Louis. There's a strike for Lars Nootbaar. He's walked, scored, and struck out. Hope everybody enjoyed the Cardinals win last night. It was on national television. One of the great moments in the game was the surprise visit of Lars's mom.
How cool was that? Lars got a little emotional with that one, seeing his mom on Mother's Day. Pretty special.
Pop fly foul, back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everybody, we hope, had a wonderful Mother's Day. Lars certainly did, as did the Cardinals, who swept the Red Sox for the first time in franchise history and lead Milwaukee tonight. And Peralta, with one of his best sequences of the game, has his first 3-up, 3-down inning. Off we go to the 5th. Jack Flaherty in command of a 4-0 game. Of the St. Louis Cardinals, and by Steel, real steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Cardinals are blooming here in early May, leading 4-0, trying to win their 7th game in 8 tries. And a chance to pick up a game on Milwaukee, the Central Division leaders. Jack Flaherty's been masterful. He has struck out 6. He has given up 2 soft hits. And one reason, Brad, why Jack has been so efficient tonight, he's gotten to 2 strikes and he's finished off the Brewers hitters.
It's been one of the toughest things for all of the opposition. 2-strike hitting has been a problem. Milwaukee tonight, 1 for 10 against Jack with 2 strikes. That's what you got to see. You get ahead, you finish off hitters, and we talked about this coming into the season. You talk about a guy with that strikeout ability. That's Jack. If you look at the slider that he's had, we've seen that be a wipeout pitch in the past. Looks like one tonight. Good job getting back in the count, using his fastball. I think we've seen a few times this year. Jack has kind of pitched timidly with his fastball. It's been around the zone, not so much in it.
Pitch number 69 danced just a little low, and it's a full count. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think enough talented pitchers throw their fastballs enough. And Jack has had a good one tonight. And he gets a ground ball to short. In between, hop to Young, stayed with it. Nicely done for out number 1. So let's talk a little more about Jack Flaherty. He's our BJC healthcare difference maker.
Well, 6 strikeouts so far for Jack Flaherty. He's getting ahead in counts. He's finishing off hitters, and he's using the entire arsenal. We've seen the good fastball. We've seen it up to 96 miles an hour. The slider, the changeup. He used it to both righties and lefties, and just keeping these Brewers hitters off balance.
6 strikeouts, 5 outs on the ground for Jack here in game 1. And Tyrone Taylor, the 8th place hitter, is coming up. Flaherty struck him out. Taylor was the 2nd of 4 straight Brewers that whiffed. He jumps on the first one here and drives that one toward left. Pretty well hit, but Alec Burleson, short of the track, makes the catch. And a quick and easy 2nd out for a very efficient Jack Flaherty here in the 5th inning.
Love it. It's what you want. You want to be aggressive within the strike zone. Let these guys, especially at the bottom of the order. There's no point in just messing around with a bunch of stuff falling behind. Attack with your heater and go from there.
Weimer struck out in his lone trip. He hit a home run on Monday against the Dodgers. And there's ball 1.
So a little bit longer first inning there as he got out of that bases loaded jam, but been very economical with his pitches since then.
Brewers very high on Joey Weimer. But Flaherty with a beautiful breaking ball, pulled a string, and he's a strike away from completing 5 innings.
Went with a good fastball down and away, and then followed it up with that thing right there perfectly on the corner.
Weimer, the 3rd-ranked Brewers prospect, checked his swing. And that's the other thing. Look at the swings the Brewers are getting off him.
Well,
not very comfortable.
Look at the locations. I mean, that's been the thing we've seen so far this season, not just with Jack, but with the staff overall. Too many 2-strike misses over the plate. Too many of those sliders that end up center cut and get hit.
Swing and a miss. That ball in the dirt. And the tag applied. And that's going to take care of the Brewers. 7 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. Heart of the order up for the Cardinals, who are in command in the 5th. Filling their roles perfectly, including Paul Goldschmidt, our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, the Stars are getting it done. Goldie with his league-leading 16th double extends his lead, and just a great look at that balanced swing he got on a fastball in. Boy, Paul is up there saying, all right, this is getting tough. Remember his first at-bat, he got called on a fastball that was way in off the plate. That time the breaking ball off away.
Peralta's throwing hard. He just has not had great command in this game. Cardinals have touched him for 4 runs on 5 hits. Nootbaar leading off has walked and scored. Goldschmidt has doubled home a run. Gorman has singled and scored. Arenado is 2 for 2. Contreras has walked. That's how the offense is built for the Cardinals, and they've all played a great role. Outside, 3 balls and a strike.
It's been one of the more difficult things for Peralta in this game. When he falls behind, he hasn't been able to rely on any of his breaking pitches to throw for strikes to get back into counts.
And Goldie takes a leadoff walk. He's aboard for the 2nd time. 4 walks for Peralta. That's a new season high. Tuesday, May 16th, that's tomorrow, we celebrate Mental Health Awareness Night, presented by NAMI St. Louis. Fans buying a special themed ticket get a Cardinals Mental Health Awareness cap. Go to cardinals.com/theme for all the info. Man, oh man, what a series for Gorman against the Boston Red Sox, and what he did against Kenley Jansen, one of the all-time great closers in baseball history.
I think at this point, Gorman is comfortable in the box against anybody. The way that he's swinging it, doesn't matter what your resume is, what your stuff looks like. If it profiles well against him or not, he's swinging it.
His first career pinch hit home run. And we were told while we were at Fenway Park, Gorman became the 4th man in big league history whose first pinch hit homer came off a member of the 400 save club.
Wow. Tough assignment.
And what was so impressive was not just the hit itself, Brad, but the thought process that went into it. He was not watching the game. He was observing the game and saw that Jansen couldn't throw that fastball for strikes, sat on a breaking ball and didn't miss it.
It's a learning curve, isn't it? You figure out different ways to beat the opposition on a given day. I think that same concept can come into play here. You see Peralta miss a couple of times with the off speed. He was ready to jump on a fastball. That one just up in the zone, couldn't quite handle it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gorman's been patient. He's laid off those high fastballs, and man, you throw this guy a breaking ball thigh high, it's going to get loud.
Oh yeah, he is not a guy you want to flick one of those in for a strike, think you're going to get ahead. He's going to punish it. He's also been hitting the fastball really well, and I would think 3-2 you're going to have to come with it.
Lifted off speed, out of play. Fought it off though. And so here's the evolution of Nolan Gorman. Brad, you've talked about this a lot. The evolution of his swing against the heat.
Yeah, it's last year he just got beat with it a lot, especially up in the zone. This year he is able to foul off those tough pitches for the most part, and he's doing damage against the fastball.
7th pitch. Did he go? He did not. Gorman takes ball 4. So back-to-back walks, 5 of them in the game for Peralta. Arenado is coming up, but first a quick word from Tickets for Less.
Tickets for Less, for a better ticketing experience. Best seats, best prices, and no surprises at checkout.
Well, Arenado hit with 2 on in the first inning and hit a 3-run homer. What's he have in store for us here? First pitch popped up. Tellez foul ground and chases that down and makes the grab on the warning track, and Arenado's retired for out number 1. Might be nearing the end of the line for Peralta. Bryce Wilson, the former Brave and Pirate, is getting ready for the Brew Crew in their bullpen. Here's Contreras. Wilson is struck out and walked. Line into center. Weimer broke in, now drifting back and makes the catch on the warning track. Odd route, but he got there with his good speed. 2 on and 2 out.
Well, Contreras gave that thing a ride. You cannot let Peralta off the ropes here, though. A couple of walks to lead things off. Let's see if Brendan Donovan and the Cardinals can cash in with 2 outs, something they've done a very good job of this year.
Their 4th run came with 2 outs. That was the Goldschmidt double in the 2nd. Donovan with 10 ribbies. Takes a strike. He's been looking a little more like himself at the plate in the last week and a half.
Yeah, I think that he has. I think he's been working counts better, fouling things off, not expanding his strike zone.
I'm amazed that he's able to do what he does offensively, considering how many different defensive positions he's asked to play for the Cardinals.
He's just a baseball rat. You put him in there, you put him anywhere, you know he's going to play high-level defense. Come on back now, Contreras. In fairness, the pitch that's been called a lot off the plate. William Contreras wanted it, didn't get it. Your Chevy pitch track on this Peralta fastball, 96 just off the plate. Malachi Moore, home plate umpire, didn't go for it this time.
Too low, 2-2. Cardinals have had an excellent approach against Freddie Peralta tonight, who struggles in this ballpark and on the road if continued. He's down 4. The Redbirds have been issued 5 walks. They have 5 hits. 2 of the 5 hits extra base hits. A 3-run homer and an RBI double. 2 on, 2 out. Back to the mound, and Peralta will underhand to first, and that's the inning. Cardinals enjoy a 4-0 lead. It's an official game, and Jack Flaherty goes back to work.
4-0 Cardinal lead in St. Louis. Dylan Carlson came out of last night's game with a left ankle sprain. He was having a tough time walking on it today. He told me it's still pretty sore. He's been told he's day-to-day, Chip. Dylan says he hopes to heal quickly, but they're still waiting for a full report from the medical staff to see what's next for Carlson.
Yeah, Jimmy, that was a really ugly-looking sequence up in Boston last night. When he left the box, I mean, that thing looked really awkward when he made contact.
Yeah, and he was really struggling walking around today. Someone that saw him walking into the stadium said they knew he wasn't going to play, but he said it started to loosen up a little bit as the day went along, so he remains hopeful.
As do we all, as Arenado makes a nice play to his right. That takes care of Yelich, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Another ground ball out for Jack Flaherty, as he's got out number 1 in the 6th inning tonight.
throw strikes, trust your defense. No better guy to trust than that guy over there, the Platinum Gold Glove winner. 10 Gold Gloves that shows it off.
That is the first time. Well, I beg your pardon. This is the 6th inning. If Jack could get 3 more outs, it would be the first time he would get an out in the 7th this year for the Cardinals. The way he's rolling, you like his chances. Jesse Winker, the hitter, soft contact there. He's singled and popped out.
It's something that's really notable when you're watching Jack today. He's not falling into patterns. I mean, he's using everything. He's pitching backwards. He's, again, trusting in his heater.
Well, as we said, it's about results. And you can't help but feel very excited about the results so far tonight.
Yeah, the results, you're right. It's a result-oriented business, but the way he's getting the results tonight just looks so much different. The stuff looks so much different. He looks more confident out there on the mound as well.
Foul back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's got to be a story behind the necklace.
I would think that his daughter made that necklace for him. Hey, I know this. If your kids make you something, you're wearing it. Well, it looks good. I'll show you this bracelet I got.
Strike 3. A floater takes care of Winker. 8 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. That's a new season high.
It comes back to setting up hitters again. This one popped out of the hand of Jack. It was up in the zone 2 pitches ago, though. Jack threw him a cutter in off the plate that moved his feet, made him a little uncomfortable, and then spots up the breaking ball to get the punch out.
Adames has struck out twice, both times swinging. And that's driven foul out of play. It's 0-1. The Brewers have just 2 hits.
It's going to be hard to catch a ball in that hat. Very, very difficult. You know what? It's catching on, though.
0-2. Bounced up there. Flaherty ready with his 2-out 2-strike pitch. Jack goes back to work, number 88. And a roller is foul. And you're right about the Jesse Winker necklace. His daughter did make it. He says he plans to keep wearing that necklace until the elastic wears out.
Hey, darn right you do. As a player, you travel so much, you're gone, you can bring some family with you. Trying a little of everything right now to finish off. Willy Adames went with a changeup there. He punched out Adames with a changeup in his first at bat. Struck him out with 96 in the 4th inning in the 2nd at bat.
Adames putting up a fight. 7th pitch is rolled toward 3rd. That's foul. And Flaherty will toil again. I misspoke earlier. He's got 8 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts is his season high. That came against Seattle on April 23rd up at T-Mobile Park. 6 foul balls this at bat for Adames.
Well, something that we haven't seen Jack do a ton here is go up with the fastball.
Didn't have to. Center cut. Jinks. Right down Clark Street. Jack Flaherty now has evened his season high in punch-outs, and a 1-2-3 sixth keeps the Cardinals ahead. Gas at a participating station using Phillips 66's Fuel Forward app, and you'll get 2-for-1 Cardinals tickets. For information, go to cardinals.com/Phillips66. Peralta is back out there for Milwaukee. DeYoung, Burleson, and Edman coming up for St. Louis. And that one on the left side hits DeYoung, and that's how the home sixth starts.
Well, this time we've seen this changeup miss arm side from Peralta pretty much all day. It just gets DeYoung right there in the ribs. Well, that one couldn't have felt great.
So Peralta turned it up to 11 and hits the leadoff man. Now Burleson, your batter. Alec is 0 for 2. Driven toward right. That was smoked, but it's going to be caught by Taylor for the first out. Tell you what, Alec is not afraid to swing early in the count. That's what he did all spring training, and that's how he made the team. He hit the ball on the barrel a lot with very little luck.
What's the point of waiting around, right? If you get something you believe that you can drive, and that one was 106.5 miles an hour off the bat, you drive it. He got a fastball middle. Thought that had extra bases written all over it, but right into the glove of Taylor.
Tommy Edman an infield hit and scored the last Cardinals run. That was back in the second. Cardinals trying to even the season series with Milwaukee at 2 games apiece, and also trying to pick up a game in the division. Up the middle, a base hit. So Tommy is 2 for 3. And here comes the top of the Cardinals order again.
Another changeup from Peralta. This one is in the strike zone, and Tommy does a good job of just staying on it, shooting it right back up the middle.
And that is going to be the end of the line for Freddie Peralta. He will depart trailing this game 4-0. A hit batsman and single his responsibility in the 6th. The Cardinals have chased him, and Bryce Wilson will stride in from the Brewers bullpen here in St. Louis. Our Budweiser What's on Tap is game 2 of this series tomorrow, and Jordan Montgomery looks to get back on the beam against Milwaukee.
Yeah, Jordan Montgomery has been arguably the Cardinals' most consistent starter. Had 2 games where he gave up some crooked numbers. He had the 7th spot against Arizona, 6th spot last time out against the Cubbies. But looking to go right at it right now with a Cardinal team that has been swinging the bat well and throwing the ball better. Bryce Wilson, your Chevy, called to the bullpen, in for his 12th game of the season in relief of Freddie Peralta.
Freddie Peralta departs, 6 hits over 5 1/3 innings, 4 runs so far, 5 walks, a home run and a hit batsman too. The Brewers have given him just 2 hits of support. As Wilson spun out of that delivery and missed badly. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson's last couple of years were with the Pirates. Milwaukee acquired him before spring training in a cash transaction. And he had much better luck coming out of the bullpen than he did as a starter. 3 balls and a strike. This is what Nootbaar does. He works deep counts, and he's not afraid to walk. Let's see if he can load him up here. 3-1 pitch. Smacked up the middle. That hit the umpire. That's a dead ball. It hit the umpire. And that's a break. That would have given Nootbaar an RBI. Everybody's going to be safe The bases are loaded. It was hit so hard, Bruce Dreckman couldn't get out of the way. And now Craig Counsell wants an explanation. I'm sure he's going to hear this ball was headed for center field.
You see Bruce Dreckman here. He's trying to jump, just catches him right there in his right leg. 108.2 miles an hour off the bat of Newt. Bruce isn't even limping. See Newt checking on him. You saw Bruce a minute ago saying, "I'm sorry. Sorry."
Cost him an RBI. But they're loaded for Goldschmidt. I'm with our great producer Brian Shapiro. I have seen batted balls hit base runners. I don't think I've ever seen an umpire get hit with a batted ball before.
Doesn't happen a ton.
Goldschmidt has seen Bryce Wilson a lot, and he's enjoyed it. See if he can put this one out of reach. It's 4-0. Cardinals hitting in the 6th. Right at the golden bat and taken for a strike. Goldie has not had much to agree with Malachi Moore in the batter's box.
It's been in, out, and up now that the zone has expanded. All it takes is one, as we've seen.
No swing, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goldschmidt 7 career grand slams. Will take a hit of any kind right here, leading by 4. Squibbed up the middle at second. No play. Infield hit for Goldschmidt. That'll bring home DeYoung. It's 5-0 Cardinals.
Well, it all started with the hit batter. Goldie here, breaking ball, doesn't get it out of the infield. Bryce Terang does a great job of keeping it there in the infield. Saves a run, maybe. But Goldie legs it out, right place.
If you put it in play, something good can happen. It did. And now Gorman's up. Gorman looking for a big fly here. Bases loaded for him. His first career hit with the bases loaded was a grand slam. Ground ball foul and out of play. What you love about the Cardinals offense tonight, it has been multifaceted. They've gotten their singles, they've got infield hits, they've hit the ball out of the ballpark, they've taken their walks, and they've had base runners everywhere all night. Edman, Nootbaar, and Goldschmidt are aboard here. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
We look back at the Cardinals' last 7 games, right? 6-1 during that span. They've hit their home runs, 14 home runs during that. They're averaging 6.57 runs per game. That's what this offense can do.
Nolan held up. It's 2-2. Yeah, this offense is too good to struggle to score 3 or 4 a night. I don't know if they'll always score 6 or 7. But tonight, they've got 5. The pitch. Outside. He's got to throw a strike. Full count. And look at what the Cardinals have done during this hot streak.
That's the last 7 games right there. Leading the league in homers, runs, OPS. That's getting it done. This is a group offensively you should be able to lean on.
Swing, drive, hammered toward the right field corner. That's down. That'll bounce off the fence. 2-run score. And Goldie will be stopped at third. It's an RBI double for Nolan Gorman. And the Cardinals are pulling away. It's 7-0.
Good offenses continue to pile on, and that's exactly what Nolan Gorman and the Birds do here. Your Budweiser play of the game. Gets a cutter middle in and drives in 2 and keeps it rolling here for the Redbirds.
5 straight games with an RBI for Nolan Gorman, and it is funny how it all comes together at the same time, Brad? We talked about Nootbaar getting on base. Goldschmidt consistent from the opening bell. Gorman and Arenado now RBIs in 5 straight games. Contreras hasn't stopped hitting. I mean, it's contagious. 1 through 5.
It is for sure, and when this guy is going, everything changes for this offense. Nolan Arenado, we talked a lot about the slow start to the season. He heated up on the road trip, and the first at-bat today, a slider, a 3-run home run, and it keeps on rolling. Home runs now in 4 straight games for Nolan Arenado. Also added a single in the 3rd inning.
And unlike the first weeks of the season, the Cardinals are getting runners in scoring position and cashing those chances in. They're 5 for 11 with runners at second or third base in tonight's game, and it's still just the 6th inning. This must be fun for the Brewers. Red hot. Nolan Arenado is up, and the infield comes in.
Oh yeah, no, you're living dangerously right now, but you have to at this point. Talked about the offense for the Brewers. Been tough to get things going. They got to keep it as close as possible. And right now, he's probably not going to get much at all to hit. Got the base open.
Just missed it. Yelich in left. Runner at third. Goldschmidt is going to tag. He's going to run on Yelich's arm, and the throw won't be cut off. It's a sac fly and an RBI. You made that point earlier. That's easy pickings for Arenado and Goldschmidt.
Yeah, anytime the Cardinals have a chance in this series to run on Christian Yelich, you're going to do it here. This one, mid-center field here. Maybe a guy with a rocket arm, you don't go. Christian Yelich does not have that. Goldie tags up, and the Cardinals extend their lead.
So a 4-run 6th. And it's an 8-0 Cardinal game. Contreras drives the first one into shallow center. Terang drifts out, and he'll put the squeeze on that. Big night for the Redbirds. Ollie's squad leads 8-0 in game 1. He has delivered.
He has 9 strikeouts so far for Jack Flaherty. Sitting here, he's throwing strikes. He's attacking with his fastball. He's got 15 swing and misses on the game. 7 of those have come with his curveball, a pitch that he doesn't use that much.
But as you said in the early moments of this game, that's the pitch that's been the difference maker in Jack's start tonight versus several others this year.
It is. It's the fastball, and it's the fastball that he uses early in the count and aggressively.
So for the casual fan who's watching the game, when you said fastball efficiency sets up his other pitches, how does that happen, and what do you mean by
well,
that?
When you know that a guy is going to pump fastballs in there, you got to be ready for it. And especially with a guy like Jack, who does have the velocity that we've seen in this ball game. Again, we've seen him up to 96 in this one. So you got to be ready for that. You know he's pumping strikes, and then all of a sudden everything else plays off of the fastball and looks like the fastball out of his hand. So it sets those pitches up. The changeup's going to look just like the fastball. You're ready for the fastball, it dives off the plate. Curveball looks like it out of the hand. You're ready for the fastball, it's under. But if you don't have respect for the fact that he can throw his fastball for a strike, you're going to let him just continue to throw pitches, fall behind, and know you're going to get a dead red heater.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Rowdy Tellez. And a tad low, runs it full for the Brewers' first baseman. He walked in the first inning. Brewers got 2 walks, but a bases loaded double play took him out of their only chance to score so far tonight. On the ground, and a diving try by Edman. He can't get it. That's the hardest hit ball for the Brewers in the game. Ball gets away briefly, but no further advance. And Tellez aboard to start the Brewers' 7th. William Contreras, your hitter. First, a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Flaherty trying to get an out in the 7th inning for the first time this year. Driven toward right center. Curling away from Newt, but he tracks it down. Nice running catch. That ball held up for a long time, but he had an excellent route and made the play relatively easily. And there is that first 7th inning out for Jack Flaherty this year.
Well, you love seeing Jack being able to pitch deeper and deeper into the ball games. And this is what Jack has expected out of himself all season long, is to be in these positions and pitching as dominantly as he has been.
Here's Brian Anderson. And what does a start like this for Flaherty do? Look, he's a seasoned veteran. He's been here, done this before, but with all that's been swirling around him, the catching controversy, the slow start for the team, what can a start like this do for him?
Yeah, I don't care how long you've been around. You start the season, you have 8 starts under your belt, and you have an ERA north of 6. This means the world to go out here and have a game like this. And again, he's not done. But to have an outing like he's having right now, I think it does continue to build that confidence, gives you a springboard. And it's not just about the result, it's about how the result happened for me. I'm seeing him pitch effectively with a fastball that's in the low to mid 90s and use all of his pitches. He's going to have to feel great about this outing.
And that it comes against the first place team in your division. One of the Cardinals' arch rivals in the Central has to add a little extra sauce to the goose, as they might say.
Of course it does. Of course it does. And he is out there. I mean, he was looked at and is looked at as the leader of this staff. And you know that he's been unhappy with how it's gone. He's trying to change this season for himself.
The last time Jack Flaherty went 7 innings or more was almost 2 years ago to the day, May 7th of 2021.
How about the strength right there? 102nd pitch, 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the corner right there that Anderson fouls away.
The Cardinals have had exactly 1 start from a starter that lasted 7 innings. It was that man against these Brewers on April 8th. 7 innings of shutout ball against Milwaukee. And that one is cut on and missed. Anderson is strikeout victim number 10.
Season high 10 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. Gets him with the slider. Swings over it, and he wants nothing more than to finish it off right here, right now.
Terang swings the first one, skies it into center. Nootbaar is there. Jack Flaherty, give that man a gold star. Magnificent effort through 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, and an 8-0 shutout brewing.
That is what it's supposed to look like with Jack Flaherty. A dominant performance, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and 10 punch-outs, hugs all around. Love seeing that for Jack. And love seeing it for him and Contreras together. Been, as we've talked about throughout the game, plenty of talk about Contreras, the 2 weeks of being DH, trying to go through things, learn things. He looked great behind the plate for Jack tonight, and Jack was executing pitches. Take a look, Owen Miller filling in left field. Christian Yelich out of the game.
Brendan Donovan is the hitter leading off the home 7th. Jack so close with his mom. An emotional night for the entire Flaherty family. Swing and a miss. And down goes Donovan. There's the first out of the Cardinals' 7th. Redbirds lead 8-0. That's the money shot right there.
Well, you know,
it is, by the way, our Honda home run inning. If one of the Cardinals hits a homer here in the 7th, Your Gateway Honda dealers will donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Down on strikes is DeYoung. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryce Wilson here in the 7th. But again, that shot of Jack Flaherty and Wilson Contreras. There was so much controversy. The comments that Jack made about the frustration about making pitches with 2 strikes that didn't make sense. That was seen as a shot at the play calling.
Yeah.
Fans were also saying, well, wait a minute, you're responsible for the pitch. It has to be on your shoulders. Not just Jack's, but the entire staff's too. It looks like all of that, which was so overblown nationally, at least for this night, is a distant memory.
You know how it goes. Emotions run high anyhow, and when you're struggling, you get angry. Jack's been angry at himself. Certainly has had a couple of times where I know he said some things that it didn't come out the way that he wanted it to come out, but that's what happens when you're struggling as a team. But you know this, through 162 games and through 30-plus starts that Jack's going to have this year, you have time. You have time to correct some things, and that's what that reset with Contreras behind the plate was kind of all about. It is building some time to build that familiarity, as they've talked about, with the pitching staff and the tendencies and how they want to go about things, and then put it into motion, and that's what they've done tonight.
Line to short. If Alec Burleson didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Jack Flaherty, the night is yours. Cardinals enjoy an 8-0 lead. In the box. If the Cardinals win tonight, get 2 free tacos with any drink purchase from Jack in the Box tomorrow, and by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. It's looking like it's going to be a Taco Tuesday here in St. Louis. Redbirds lead it 8-0 as we head to the 8th. Jack Flaherty is out after 7 innings of 3-hit shutout ball. James Nail will take over for the Cardinal bullpen.
Well, we last saw James Nail on Wednesday against the Cubbies. He ate up 2 innings. He's your Chevy call to the bullpen. His 3rd game of the season here with the big club.
In the air toward right center. That'll carry out to right. Donovan's got that. 1 up, 1 down. The Yachty Tumbler giveaway is back on Friday when the Cardinals host the Dodgers. That's May 19th on your calendar. 25,000 fans 16 and up take home their own stainless steel tumbler featuring Yachty or Molina. That's courtesy of Coca-Cola and Quick Trip. Go to cardinals.com/promotions for the details. Joey Wiemer, the batter. On the ground. That'll sneak through for a 1-out single. So Wiemer 1 for 3 tonight. Back to the top we go. Owen Miller is going to be the hitter. Christian Yelich was taken down at the start of the Cardinals' half of the 7th inning. Hope there's nothing physically wrong with Yelich, who really struggled to throw toward the plate when the Cards got a sac fly from Nolan Arenado.
Owen Miller has been pretty hot for the Brewers. 385 he's hitting in the month of May. They've been finding more and more reps for him.
Line into center. That's a base hit with 1 out, 2 aboard on back-to-back singles for Milwaukee. And Jesse Winker is your scheduled batter.
Well, your Plaza Tire Service pitch tracks replay. Just a sinker away. It gets away. Just needs to get it down if James Nail wants to get that ground ball. This Cardinal bullpen on the road trip, there are a lot of good things that came out of the road trip. How about the bullpen, though? 4-0, a 2.82 ERA. The opposition only hit 190 against the pen. So, again, things starting to click.
And let's face it, too, the Cardinals bullpen had to pick up a lot of innings. It's not like it was 1 or 2 per game. It was 3-4 innings pretty much per game during the 6-game road trip. So that's even more impressive when you think about it in terms of workload, not just outcome.
No, it definitely is, because you know this, the more you leave out there, the more guys that have to answer the bell. Inevitably, like, somebody might have a bad day. You know, that's why it's important to get your starters go out there longer and longer. But Dusty Blake, Cardinals pitching coach, has to be happy with the way the bullpen has been.
Base hit to left. That's going to drop in. And that is going to score the first run of the game for the Brewers. 3 straight singles. Jesse Winker, a 2-hit night. It's now 8-1. Not hard hit, but served nicely into left.
No, but it's the kind of the same thing we've talked about a lot throughout the season. It's location. It's execution. Just a couple of pitches up in the zone from James Nail that he needs to bury, end up getting his ground ball or a swing and miss.
Adames has the hat trick. He's struck out 3 times. As we told you, as talented as this young man is, and he was a 31 homer man last season for the Brewers, he's 3 for his last 26 now at the plate. So we're seeing him, knock on wood, at the right time. Up the middle, behind the bag at second. Flip there for 1. Ball dropped, but a tag applied. How about that play? Nice work by DeYoung not to panic after the drop, and the Cardinals get the second out of the inning. And Milwaukee's got him at the corners with 2 out.
Pretty slick play by Tommy Edman up the middle. The sliding grab, the great dish here to Paul DeYoung. And did just lose it right there. Very fortunate that Winker pulled up on his slide.
So no harm there as Tellez hits with men at the corners. As we approach 9 o'clock in St. Louis. An early arrival for the Cardinals from Boston, Massachusetts this morning. The offense arrived early too. St. Louis jumped on Milwaukee with 4 runs in the first 2 innings. 4 more in the 6th and have a 7-run advantage here in game 1. Chris Stratton's gotten up for the Cardinals as Nail paints the inside corner.
Well, that pitch right there, that slider from James Nail, that was one of the biggest reasons that he got the recall from AAA Memphis. That pitch was so effective for him there. Another look at it there, tying up Tellez with it.
So it's 2-2 for Rowdy Tellez, who takes his time out. Rowdy drove in 3 runs against the Cardinals up in Milwaukee earlier this year. Man, almost backed up and caught the corner. Looked like it might have, but he didn't get the call. Full count. If Goldie was up, that'd have been a strike.
Oh, you were right about that. And you haven't seen as many on the inner half that have been called by home plate umpire Malachi Moore.
And that's outside, and the bags are full. So Tellez walks for the 3rd time in the game. And here is Contreras. William tonight has hit into a double play. He's hit into a force play, and he has flied out to center. Keep it 8-1. Don't let them get any momentum the rest of this night or the rest of the series. Here's a good start. Strike 1.
Just need to keep the ball down in the strike zone. You keep it down, you're going to get another ground ball off the bat of Contreras. That slider from Nail down and away, that'll get the job done.
Boy, I'd love to have a microphone on the mask of Malachi Moore when the Contrerases are in harness and in the batter's box, just in case any chirping's going on. Upstairs. 2 balls and a strike.
You do always wonder about that, of who knows who better, right? Who sets him up, what pitches And nobody knows each other better than these two brothers. You'd have to think that if James Nail doesn't get Contreras, that's going to be it for him. As you pointed out, Stratton already ready, would be hot by now. This is one the Cardinals can't let slip away.
On the ground, DeYoung will flip to second, and Nail gets out of a mess of his own making in the 8th. Brewers spoil the shutout bid, but they're down 7 in game 1. The Chevy call to the bullpen. He'll start with the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for St. Louis. What a great way to wrap up the road trip. Brad, you start the homestand with an 8-1 throttling to this point, easy for me to say, of the division leaders.
Well, this is the offense that Ollie Marmol knew that he was going to have. But to be able to carry that momentum back home to Busch Stadium, they needed this. The Cardinals have not played their best baseball at all this year. But you're used to seeing Busch Stadium be that competitive advantage. Cardinals haven't played good baseball here yet. Nice to see this here, the offense pile on, and the dominant starting pitching by Jack Flaherty in this one.
And this is a, hey, where do we rank kind of homestand? You've got the first place Brewers, then you've got the first place Dodgers coming in for 4 games starting Thursday night.
Well, I think you're right. I think it ends up being an opportunity for a big statement.
Swing, fly ball, wallop toward right. That one's not coming back. Tommy Edman has hit a homer, and the Cardinals get that run right back. Edman with a 3-hit game and a 402-foot homer.
Well, speaking of a big statement, Tommy Edman said, I got a statement for you. The 9-hole hitter has got some pop. His 6th home run of the year. Lets it rip on a fastball down in the zone.
So the Cardinals continue to flex their power muscles, Brad, and they've done it all year late in the game.
Yeah, they have. 17 year later, the Cardinals have hit 17 home runs now. That's the 4th most in all of baseball. By the way, Milwaukee, as Lars Nootbaar as the base hit to right field off of Gus Varland, Milwaukee has allowed 20 home runs 7th inning later.
We got to get a shot at Bruce Dreckman. I think he's got to be feeling like there's a target on his back.
Well, I don't know if there was a bad call at one.
It was Newt the last time, you might recall. Nootbaar hit him with a bouncing ball. That was ruled an infield hit, and he almost picked him off here in the 8th inning. But that one got by Dreckman and into right center field.
I mean, that one looked like it had a tracer on it, too. It just followed him.
So Varland's been greeted rudely. A homer and a single brings up Goldschmidt. Paul's reached base 3 more times tonight. 2 hits, a run, and an RBI. Our great director Tom Mee reminds us with Goldschmidt's great night tonight. As we stand at 9 p.m. Central Time. Paul's only the triple and home run away from the cycle.
It's a good call, Tom Mee. That's why he's been doing this as long as he has. Attention to detail.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That's what you call it, huh? 9-1 St. Louis. 3 in the first got the party started. Nolan Arenado with a 3-run homer to left. Nolan has homered now in 4 straight games. He's got an RBI in 5 straight. Nolan Gorman with an RBI in 5 straight games. The offense will get a lot of the headlines, but don't forget the great work of Jack Flaherty. He became the 2nd Cardinal to get through 7 innings this year with 10 strikeouts. And Varland hasn't retired a hitter. He's got Gorman up, 2 on, 1 in, nobody out. Gorman 30 RBIs now. He drove in 2 in the 6th inning.
Gorman continues to pile on. That's Chris Hook, the pitching coach there for the Brewers, going out to talk it over with Gus Varland.
That's a good pitching coach name, isn't it? Hook.
Well, not if you're the guy he's going out to talk to.
Well, that's true. I was thinking about, the big curveball.
Yeah, I was just thinking about getting pulled out of games a lot. I don't need the Hook to be coming for me. But I thought you brought up a great point with the offense is going to get a lot of the love. You see Andrew Kisner taking over there for Goldie, who just got the walk. Going to get Goldie off his feet here in a 9-1 ball game. Andrew comes in to pinch run. But Jack Flaherty, to me, is the story of this game. And Contreras coming back behind the plate, had a great game. I thought he looked good behind the plate also. Stole some strikes.
So a couple of changes for the Brewers as well. Terang moves from second to short. Mike Brasso's in at second. Willy Adames is out of the game. Andrew Kisner runs at first for the Cardinals. And Nolan Gorman behind 0-2. Juan Yepez is on deck. Might see him tomorrow with Wade Miley pitching for Milwaukee. Jordan Montgomery will toil for the Cardinals. One ball, two strikes. Swing, fly ball, deep right field. Gorman has a 3-run homer. Unreal.
Nolan Gorman is locked in. The single in the first, walked in the fifth, the 2-run double in the sixth, and now adds the 3-run bomb on a Varland hanging slider, just all over everything.
Great camera shot from Tony West as Gorman now with a 5 RBI night. That is a career high. He's now hit 8 home runs. And Gorman a triple away from the cycle.
Good call.
12-1. St. Louis has the big lead. With 33 RBIs. I don't know what Sean Murphy's done with the Atlanta Braves tonight, but if he hasn't knocked one in, Nolan Gorman at the moment leads the National League in ribbies. Here's Yepez. Harland is taking an ERA killer tonight. 4 hitters up, 4 hitters have scored, and nobody out.
Been there. It's not fun. You just hope you hit it at somebody.
Yeah, they did.
Not the guy in the stands. I'm talking about somebody else.
Bingo. There's the strike. And Yepez is retired. There's the first out in inning number 8. Let's enjoy a quick word now from Rally House.
Play ball, St. Louis. Shop the latest in Cardinals style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
There are your home run hitters in the 8th for the Cardinals. Wilson Contreras drives one toward right center field. That ball is going to be caught. Great play in right. Taylor takes away a hit. And that's about the only blemish for Wilson in this game. 2 are out.
A really nice play here by Tyrone Taylor coming in on the backhand. That's incredibly difficult.
Brendan Donovan 0 for 3. The Cardinals 12 runs on 12 hits tonight. So I like the way this one looks. If this one's salted away, the Cardinals will have their 17th win. It'll be 7 out of 8 in the win column for St. Louis. And I say it all the time, there are games you circle on the schedule and wonder, okay, did our fortunes turn? Who knows? That last game against the Tigers, who hit a grand slam to take the lead. Then St. Louis came back with, what, a 7-run inning against Detroit, and have looked like a totally different team ever since that line in the sand inning here at Busch Stadium.
No, I think you're absolutely right. In a season where the Cardinals did not do too much counter punching early, they punched back in that game. That young man has been punching all season long. You see the big smile on the face of Nolan Gorman. Tommy Edman led off this inning. He's got a bat again. He's ready.
Up the middle. That's off the shortstop's glove and into center. DeYoung has a hit. And 9 men will come to the plate in the 8th inning. And as we said, for Burleson, who's barreled the ball all night, he deserves a knock. Let's see if he can get one.
Yeah, he's about due right now. Lining out left and right. He lined out to right field. He lined out to the shortstop last 2 at bats.
(12-1) Cardinals. This one's been fun. The pitch in the dirt. Now we do have clarification. Sean Murphy for the Braves does not have an RBI. At last report, the Braves were winning down in Texas. So Nolan Gorman at the moment is the RBI leader in the National League. That's pretty cool.
I mean, you think about a year ago where he was, young player, still learning the league, a lot of moving parts in the swing, simplified the swing.
Line into right field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Donovan. He's going to score without a throw. And Burleson does get some reward. It's a 13-1 game.
If you consistently hit a baseball hard, good things will happen. Something the Cardinals preached early on as the offensive output wasn't there. Well, 3 hard hit balls finally. One that finds a hole here for Alec Burleson as the hits keep on coming here in the 8th inning for the Cardinals.
5 runs on 5 of those hits off Ireland in the 8th. And you know what Jordan Montgomery is saying is, hey, this is a lot of fun, but let's save a couple for tomorrow. Against Wade Miley. Ireland just trying to get that 3rd out. Contreras trying to urge him along here. Homer, single, walk, homer, then 2 quick outs followed by a walk and 2 singles here in the Cardinals 8th. Edman began the frame with a 400-foot home run. He scored 3 times tonight. Nootbaar has scored 3. Now the Cardinals with 14 hits.
That rip right there, Tommy Edman is not looking to end there. He'd love to have some more fireworks here in the 8th inning.
On the ground, that's going to sneak through. Another RBI hit. Edmonds 2 for 2 in the inning. He's got 4 hits. And for a club whose first 6 weeks of the season were filled with largely offensive frustration, that is all ebbing away over the last 10 days.
Yeah, and you just want to see consistent, good at-bats. There's a hole right there, sneaks right past Terang. And another hard-hit baseball off the bat of Tommy Edman.
Cardinals are a hit shy of their season high of 16. They did that against Toronto. As we said, for Craig Counsell, a club that started so hot to start the year, they're going to fall to 9-13 after a 14-5 start. And that's really been the story, not just for the Brewers, but this whole division.
Yeah, it has been for sure. It's been a roller coaster ride. You saw, Gus Varland there, and Counsell doesn't want to put him in this spot, but you got to be able to save your bullpen for the rest of the series. Gus just trying to gut this thing out, get that final out.
Cardinals with a season high tying 14 runs. They're 8 for 15 with Risp this evening. Nootbaar's filled the role of a leadoff man perfectly. He's got 2 singles, a walk, and every time he's been on base, he's scored a run. The inning continues. And so Craig Counsell didn't want to, but he has to make a change here. We might see a position player pitch. There was nobody up in the bullpen, and I think with the Cardinals ahead by 13, he can do so if he so desires. Feel bad for Varland, who didn't have it and got absolutely walloped here in the 8th inning, allowing 6 runs. And the base runners in this long 8th inning belong to him as well. 14-1 is your score. Mike Brasso looks like will step to the top of the mound and warm up, and he'll come on and try to get out number 3 here in the Cardinals 8th. Well, this is always fun when a position player comes on to pitch. It's Mike Brasso who will answer our Chevy call to the bullpen. Brad has been working hard to find out what his pitch arsenal is as the Cardinals are pouring it on against Craig Counsell's Brew Crew.
Look, Mike Brasso is figuring out what his pitch arsenal is. Your Chevy call to the bullpen, but he has been in some games, a 2.45 ERA.
And he'll face Andrew Kisner, and he almost hit him with the first pitch.
All right, now hold on. He's got a little bit more in the tank than that 67. That always feels good when you leave the bases loaded. You've already given up 6, and the guy's coming in pumping 67. Consistently.
It looks so easy, I'm sure, until you have to do it. 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball hit foul at third. Hitters will tell you they don't really like these situations because the risk of embarrassment is so high. You're not supposed to strike out against a fellow position player.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit tough there. If you get a hit, okay. As the staff looks on, Miley and Brandon Woodruff there.
2 balls and a strike. Nice set position. Good balance. Swing, fly ball, deep left. Kisner's hit a grand slam. Pitcher or not, Andrew Kisner has had an unbelievable week at the plate for the Cardinals.
He really has. Came in this inning as a pinch runner for Paul Goldschmidt and ends up cashing in the grand slam. At the end of the year, nobody's going to look who that was off of. That swing of the bat. He's been great.
So Nolan Gorman rolls out, and that will end the inning. And what an inning it was for the Cardinals. They score 10 and hit 3 homers. Well, partner, if you had to be a headline writer, who gets top billing? Is it Jack Flaherty's 7 innings of shutout ball or a Cardinals offense that scored 18?
You know what? Luckily, it's a big paper. You can do a lot of writing, but the story has been great tonight. Jack Flaherty was dominant out there, punching out 10. The offense backed him up. Contreras looked awesome behind the plate, has been great all night long. Kisner didn't even make the graphic. Dude just hit a grand slam. That's how good things have been going here for the Cardinals tonight against the Brew Crew.
Cardinals make a whole host of changes as we head to the 9th inning. Brendan Donovan is in at third base. Nail back on the mound for the Cardinals. Kisner at first. Yepez in the outfield. As a swing and a miss for Brian Anderson. Just to touch on what Andrew Kisner has done. And look, let's remember he was thrust into duty because the Cardinals said to Contreras, you're going to DH for a little bit. This ball is on the ground towards second. And the peg first in time for out number 1. Since May 6th, Kisner has 9 hits. Now 2 homers and 8 RBIs, 4 doubles as well. And for a Cardinal team that at times, Brad, was struggling offensively, he provided some pop, including his longest home run as a big leaguer in Boston the other day.
Yeah, you cannot say enough about the job that Andrew Kisner has done the last couple of weeks and really all season long here. The way that he prepares, the way that he goes about it, the smile that he has on his face, he's always ready every day regardless of his role.
And he will forever remember his first Grand Slam came off a position player.
Not when he tells that story in a few years, Chip.
Bryce Terang, the hitter. It's funny. David Ross, manager of the Cubs, his first big league homer came off a position player. And that was off Mark Grace years ago.
Really?
Yep. So it happens. But how many guys have played Major League Baseball and have never hit a grand slam off anybody? Kisner can no longer say that as he blasted one tonight. Cardinals with a 10-run eighth. And so, as you'd suspect, with 18 runs and 16 hits, far and away the best offensive performance in any game for the Cardinals this year. So we'll see if they can have a few in the quiver for game 2 tomorrow night. As we showed you, Jordan Montgomery's pitched a lot better than his record. He's been victimized by a lack of run support. Got 2 early runs against the Cubs, but lost command of his fastball and off-speed stuff, and that sealed his fate at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that was the most surprising thing, is just how quickly it went away for Montgomery. I'm looking forward to him getting back out there on the mound, and you know how that is when you struggle. You can't wait till that next time out.
That's into the crowd of 34,548 tonight. Hope you'll join us for more fun at the ballpark tomorrow night. We'll wrap up the series Wednesday, and then the LA Dodgers make their one and only regular season appearance to St. Louis starting Thursday. First of 4 against the Dodgers. Terang got a play, full count. So Jack Flaherty's going to win his 3rd game. Peralta's going to lose his 3rd game for the Brewers. And the season series will be tied at 2-2. Swing and a miss. So the Cardinals run out away. Terang is retired. He is 0 for 4 with a couple of punchies. And Tyrone Taylor, the final man to get. Taylor's 0 for 3. Pulled foul, strike 1.
Well, assuming James Nail ends up getting this last out here, I mean, everything sets up so well for the Cardinals moving forward. Offense is hot. Jack Flaherty gives you 7 innings. Bullpen rested here coming into the rest of this series, with the Dodgers coming into town on Thursday as well.
That should do it. Fly ball straight away center. Newt's got it. And that is your ball game. The Cardinals send a message to the Brewers. 18-1 is your final score. Season high in runs and hits. And Jack Flaherty and Contreras were magnificent.
What a way to start a homestand for the Cardinals, coming off of a great road trip. They pick up where they left off. The pitching, the defense, the hitting. It was all there, and something that they hope and they need to continue on the rest of this series, the rest of this season.
You'll want to stick around for the Cardinals post-game show. Scott Warman and Al Raboski will break it all down, and a lot of good things to talk about in an 18-1 win. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey, thanks for joining us. Post-game show is next.